Hello, welcome to my channel. I am the Silver Wheel Witch. Today I'm doing another flip through book review. This one is Moon Magic by DJ Conway. This month I'm going to be doing several books that are themed on moon magic, as everyone voted over in my community. That was the most popular choice for this month. This is definitely one of my favorite books for information on full moon SBATs. There is a lot of other information in here as well, but this book primarily has SBAT celebration information for each month. I've also noticed in my searchings around online that the majority of the information I find online regarding full moon SBATs is most commonly almost word for word the information in this book. So this is an excellent resource to have. It is also hard to find other resources that have information on the SBATs. Let me tell you, I have been searching and I have a few other resources that I will be sharing flip throughs through this month. That being said, having found that information in those other resources, this is still one of my favorite books for that information. Okay, so for that, let's go ahead. I will give you a close-up of this beautiful cover and the back. I will give you a quick flip through of the book, show you the contents, and then we will take a quicker look. I did also check, I don't know if I mentioned already, online, and this book is still available through Amazon is where I checked, so it is there as well. Really nice thick paper, at least on this version of the book I have. I did get this in, gosh, I think at a Renaissance fair at a thrift table or something, so if there are any markings we come across, I apologize. It is a secondhand book. All right, there you have it. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look. A little blurb here about Go with the Flow of Power. A nice about the author. I do love DJ Conway books. I'm going to give you guys a close-up in case you want to freeze frame and look at that information. This version I have is printed by Llewellyn in 1999. I don't know what the current versions are out there. This was copyright 1995, 7th printing 1999. I think most likely the versions out there are just another printing of this book that I saw over on Amazon. Some other books by DJ Conway. All right. Oh, a nice poem here. I'll give you guys a close-up of that as well. Okay. And the contents. So I'll give you a nice close-up of this in case you want to see what is in the book. Give you a close-up. And then you can just freeze frame it and further read the information if you want to take a deeper look into that. Okay. And page 2 of the contents. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. So the first part is the moon's influence on our lives. She just has some basic information on the moon. And then she goes into some history of lunar calendars, which I think is really nice. Some history there. And then, I mean, that's just a small part of the book. And then the majority of the book goes into the lunar year. An introduction first of the lunar year. So it explains it and goes through it, just a few pages. And then it starts with January, the first month. Let me go ahead and see see if I can't zoom this in here a little closer so you guys can see, and I'll just go through the January's information for you. Oops, lost my page there. Here we go. So each month, January through December, is really laid out the same. So she chooses a name. You know, there's so many different names for each month's moon. And then she also gives a nice list, some are longer than others, of other names that the moons are called. And I have done extensive research online, and the names that she has here are the most common, as well as some of the uncommon names as well. And then what I love about her chapters in this book is she then gives a calendar for the days of the month for different moon celebrations and rituals. Like you've got the Day of Freya here. You've got the Besant, I can't say that, but you've got just a lot of different celebrations from around the world, right? For the different, on specific days for the months. Okay, and then she gives a nice blurb about the month of January, and then goes into correspondences. And like I said, these are the correspondences that I see very heavily online. You're always going to have some crossover and things like this, but a lot of the stuff I see online is basically word for word from here. And then she gives some information on power flow. She gives some old sayings and lore, which is nice. Follows with some recipes for that moon phase. Some crafts, sometimes, you know, little spells or things that you can do. And then she also gives you myths for some popular, like I think Freya's Day was one of the celebrations in the first part of this section for January. And so she gives information about it quite a bit. And then also the Norse Mani. So she really goes into depth with some more information on the celebrations and deity that are listed in the front of the chapter. And then she gives you some rituals that you can do, some household protection, and again, more festivity like this one. So see here how it mentions the festivity, a certain festival that is related to the crescent moon in this month. So it's not 100% full moon aspects only. It does have other information, but the primary correspondence in the book are for the full moon. And then she also gives you a ritual for the full moon, walks you through it step by step, which is really nice. And then she gives you some end notes as well. So, you know, it's really great, and it goes through all the months with the same exact format, all that really good information in it. I really haven't quite found a book quite like this one that is packed with information, yet it's also simple. It's not an overload. You can reference it for the month and, you know, pick it up when you need it. So it's a great reference book. Moon deities and symbols for her appendices. So she goes through a whole list of moon deities, which is quite extensive. And then she has moon symbols as well. So the bat, blood, all these different symbols that could be related in some way to the moon. And then in the back, she gives an Appendix 3, Charge of the Goddess. Gives you some information on that. And your typical bibliography, which is also extensive, and an index. Always like an index on good reference books, though honestly, you might not need it in this book. It's laid out really well. So she's got an index in there, and that's it. That is the Moon Magic, Myth and Magic, Crafts and Recipes, Rituals and Spells by DJ Conway. Definitely one of my favorite well-used moon magic books out there that I don't see mentioned very often. So if you get a chance, let me know if you've read it down in the comments, or if you're interested, or if you do get it, what you think. I'd love to know down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching.